Welcome to another edition of the BPC Corporate Showcase. My name is Jack Colreevy, Associate Director at Barclay Pearce Capital. Today, my guest is Simon Keast, newly appointed CEO of Ovanti Limited, which trades on the ASX under the ticker OVT. Welcome, Simon.
Thanks, Jack. Great to be here.
Yeah, all right. Let's dive straight into it.
Absolutely.
You're newly appointed to the role of CEO, and that actually had a material impact on the share price of OVT. Why don't you tell us about your background?
Sure. Simon Keast, 30 years veteran in terms of financial services and fintech. Done a lot in that time in terms of different businesses. Been in markets in terms of Australia, New Zealand, and US. And my whole career has been based around how do you actually build business and get them to grow. The opportunity I see here in terms of Ovanti is around, okay, how do we really take the buy now, pay later opportunity in terms of the US? And that's what excites me. And it clearly excites some of our investors as well.
Yeah. Buy now, pay later, not many people know it, but it's actually an Aussie sort of innovation. But it is quite saturated here in Australia. There is a lot of competition. What's it like in the US?
Yeah, it's a good question. The US market is about $100 billion worth of buy now, pay later transactions every year. Okay, so it's a lot of money going through in terms of buy now, but that's expected to double in the next 5 years. It's the exciting times. But you say, okay, buy now, pay later traditionally competes against credit cards. Yeah. Credit cards in the US market is over $16 trillion in terms of transactions. So it's really only just getting started in terms of what buy now, pay later can actually deliver into that marketplace. Big opportunity. It's underserved compared to traditional credit cards. So that's where the opportunity sits, I see, particularly for buy now, pay later and Ovanti.
Is there a demographic sort of target in terms of buy now, pay later? Does it appeal to a certain segment?
What buy now, pay later does really well is actually help people budget and manage their cash flow. Okay, so when you're in a checkout, you can basically take a purchase, split that transaction into a number of easy payments, and you have that certainty, right? And that certainty is actually really important for consumers, particularly if cost of living pressures that continue to come in place. So if you think about the opportunity, then that's where buy now, pay later shines. Okay, ability to actually be really convenient, really easy. Have that sort of certainty in that sort of uncertain environment, okay, and allowing you to actually budget and manage your finances, okay? So that's a really opportunity piece compared to what we normally do in terms of credit card, put it on your card, and hopefully pay it off over a period of time.
And it's a bit of out of sight, out of mind until you get your statement at the end of the month, and then there might be a bit of a curse.
The US is a really interesting market, in particular around people do focus on what their credit scores actually are. It's important to them, okay, in terms of what it actually looks like. It is underserved compared to Australia, which is really interesting in terms of you think about, okay, buy now, pay later started here, right? That's why it's exported to the US, and that's where the growth opportunity continues to exist. We've seen big competitors coming in the marketplace from Europe, like Klarna, Afterpay, everyone knows here.
Yeah.
But
powered by Block.
Yeah, Block, now powered by Block. Affirm, Sezzle, or growth entrance in the actual market, US market. And that's where it's got up to $100 billion pretty quickly.
Yeah. And I mean, for investors in those legacy buy now, pay laters, it's been a bit of a roller coaster, but 2024 has been a very good year for stock prices. Is that because of this US market and the growth there? Is that
part of it? Is
yeah.
Looking across most of the marketplace, a lot of our buy now, pay laters now started off in terms of growth. Okay, that's what our core focus on. How do we actually grow as quickly as possible? That's moved into, okay, how do we actually make this as profitable as possible and move to a profitability piece? So managing your credit risk better, getting economies of scale, it is a scale play. Okay, and building growth to get scale is actually a really critical part of buy now, pay later. Leveraging that scale, then that's what drives profitability. And you've seen the results in terms of most of the listed buy now, pay laters globally. Okay, in terms of what actually comes through. Manage your credit risk. That comes at the cost of growth. Okay, ultimately in terms of customers. And that's where the opportunity exists for Ovanti.
Yeah. Okay, let's dive into Ovanti a bit more. So you're being tasked to come on board, launch a buy now, later product in the US. What's your thoughts on, I know it's very early days for you. I think it's week 2 for you, but no doubt you've got some ideas, some strategies. Are you able to share with us, some of your ideas there?
What we see the market evolving to with that growth will be much more focused in terms of specific industry verticals. specialization, brands that actually resonate with people. When you're in a veterinarian's, when you're in a pet store, when you're in your local Kmart equivalent in terms of the shopping malls in the US. Online is also continuing to be a big growth engine in that sort of space. What happens in that sort of growth? There's opportunity for segmentation, whether it be segmentation from a customer perspective or an industry perspective, actually great brand opportunities. That's where we see Avanti in terms of the advantage in that space. To actually do something which is actually truly relevant to those merchants and the customers that actually buy home.
So there's a massive opportunity there, long term, short term. What are the next sort of steps?
Next steps. Well, we're actually in the process of validating that. Okay, in terms of which industry segments we go into, which customer segments we actually target. I'll be able to share a bit more in Q1 in terms of the full plan as committed to the market and in terms of what it actually looks like. But that's where we'll set the plan for growth. And that's where the next steps is. We're building a team at the moment. Got some key people coming on board, which I have to share a little bit later. That's exciting. It's exciting times. Got the right experience and the right balance of talent in terms of getting that done.
Yeah. I think that's a great point to cap that off. And definitely when your more formal strategy has been announced, I'd love to get you back in.
Happy to talk.
So thanks for joining me today, Simon.
My pleasure. Thanks, Jack.
For more information about Avanti, which trades under the ticker OVT on the ASX, please subscribe to the Chairman's List in the description below.